My name is Kees van Leeuwen. I am Professor of Viticulture at Bordeaux Sciences Agro. My research field is in what in French is called terroir, which is in fact the effect of the soil and the climate on the quality of the wine, and this includes the effects of climate change in viticulture.
My name is Guilherme Marques and I'm a researcher and lecturer at Bordeaux Sciences Agro and ISVV, and my research topic is the wine microbiology, and I study the impact of microbes in grapes and wines.
The specialization is VITIMANAGER, and it is part of the Viticulture Enology department of Bordeaux Sciences Agro.
Viticulture, enology and international management.
The VITIMANAGER specialization aims at training students in managing vineyards and wineries within a global economy. VITIMANAGER specialization attracts students which are interested by the international aspect of the specialization, which is totally in English. Another specificity of this specialization is that it's a hybrid specialization with a part of the teaching around management, international management, and part of the teaching focusing on more technical aspects like viticulture and enology.
The first semester of the specialization starts with some introduction to viticulture, enology and also to the wine business. That's where the students will learn the basics of wine growing and winemaking, but also how to read an accounting book, the first marketing lessons, and that's mainly the introduction lectures for what comes next, which is the second semester of the specialization. At the end of the first semester of the specialization, the student will have an internship. That's a practical internship where the student gonna discover the wine world. He's gonna work in a state, in a wine state, normally abroad, in a foreigner country. So he will put in practice what he learned in classes during this first semester of the specialization. So once it finished the internship, the second semester starts. Okay, and in this second semester it will be full of lectures that are more deep in detail about the same three main subjects: viticulture, enology and business. In the second semester there's a big study case where all the class go abroad. We stay some days collecting data in a wine state, data from the viticulture, also data from the winemaking and all the business and marketing part. We analyze it, and then the student will propose to the owner or to the director of this wine state how to improve the business. The internship is a project-based internship, so the student have to develop a project, a research, an activity of development that could be in the enology part, in the viticulture part, or in the business part. That's up to the student to decide which is his preference. Right? And this can and this should be in a foreigner country.
So VITIMANAGER is a very original specialization which only exists at Bordeaux Sciences Agro. So you can study viticulture enology, the more technical part, either in Montpellier Sup Agro or in Bordeaux Sciences Agro. But VITIMANAGER, you can only do it in Bordeaux. And so VITIMANAGER has a part in business and viticulture and enology.
And also the fact that it's an international group, people from all over the world. In a class you might easily find 15 nationalities in a couple of students. So that's a richness for the student to be involved with such international group.
And also the professors are very international. More than half of the professors are international professors.
Exactly, Kees.
And another asset of the VITIMANAGER is that the students are very well trained in sensory analysis, in wine tasting. During the VITIMANAGER specialization, there are wine tastings all the time from wines all over the world. A student who has followed the VITIMANAGER track becomes a very, very good wine taster. VITIMANAGER students can apply for an international career, so typically in a big international wine company like Moet Hennessy or Pernod Ricard. They can either have a purely technical job, so become a vineyard manager or a winemaker, but also work in marketing, and after a few years in the company they can become real managers of wine estates. There are other job possibilities. They can become international consultants. They can also apply to become sales director for international company. I think a VITIMANAGER student is open-minded and curious.
He should like to travel a lot, because during the program, the specialization, we have several study visits abroad. We have the study case also in a foreigner country. The internships, they are also abroad. So he will take a lot of time in the plane.
And I think he or she is a wine lover. And
yeah.
if he or she is not, then they will become wine lovers.